All right, welcome to the Panther Pad Podcast. Now, I know you're looking at us and you're saying something looks a little different. Something may look a little off, but that's not what it is. We're transitioning into something different, all right? We're going to be doing the Panther Pad Podcast bi-weekly, so every other Friday. And we're doing that because we have other things going on and we have other stuff we want to give to you guys that's going to be coming up weekly. So, from now on, the Panther Pad Podcast is going to be what it was meant to be. We're sitting in the Panther Pad with the Panthers, and we're going to discuss various topics. So, today, we have one for you, and the topic is... Well, we got Jay right here. We have Kookie, and introducing all of them, Jay, Kookie, and this is Zuri. And, yeah. Let's go. Jay, what's the topic?
The topic today is, hello everyone, the topic today is that transition of black women culture from then to now. Or would I rather say the black women that we have nowadays versus the black women that were before us and the values.
So this might be a touchy subject for some people, you know. He said, we're going to go over, how the black women are today. And we're going to have to go over how, versus yesterday. So let's get into it. And I guess we have to say, this starts out as one of the Panthers' topics. So I'm going to let that Panther start. And I'm going to let him say what he has to say.
What you got to say,
We're going to go in.
All right. Well, I find it quite often nowadays in today's society, our black women is diluted. Like if you take a thing about it, you put oil and water, you see it spread apart. So when you look at our black women in our culture state, you have some black women that you can actually start off with a general conversation, and that conversation can go into needs, wants, desires, goals, mindsets, and everything. And then you have some black women, you can have a conversation in the first 2 words or first 3 words that they say, how you doing? And then they say, will you cash out me some money? Or what are you willing to do for me? And stuff like that's a turnoff. As a black man, when you see a woman, as men, we do have turn-offs and turn-ons. Not everything has to be physically, but mentally you can have a turn-off from a woman that comes at you the wrong way. And if you have a woman that presents herself mentally and as an intellectual mindset, versus just brains. Brains and beauty is always a good thing to have, but also having morals about yourself as well. It's even better. So it's a turn off when you see a woman come across you and the first thing she can say is cash app. That's the first way to get blocked or the first way to get turned the other way from me. I don't like it. It's definitely a turn off. So I've had my share of women that they don't want to put in work, and I'm really quickly to say, I'm going to give you the best advice for the day. Get a job.
So you're saying versus the women from back in the day, are you saying they weren't like this, or?
Yes, the women back in the day, they were not, I can actually say the women back in the day, they were not quickly to ask you for your money. They were more quickly to see what you brought to the table, because as a single black mother, it's not all about a man's pockets. You need some substance when it comes to meeting a black woman. You just got to have something to bring more than just your finances, because at the end of the day, money come and money go. But what do you got to stand on your leg other than just money? You got to be able to raise a family. You got to be able to know how to do things inside our house, be able to fix things, be able to talk, be able to have a general conversation, be able to parent, or just be able to help someone else do something in the household. You just got to be able to do different things. And as a man, the women back in the day, they was willing to do the work together, or willing to do it at least one by one, versus a woman now. And some women nowadays, and I say some women, because not all black women have the same mentality of the black women that are spoiling for the good black women out here. So that's why I say some black women, but the black women from back in the day, they were more stronger in depth of culture and how they thought about having a man in their life.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's safe to say that the majority of women nowadays, any woman I feel like wants to be courted at the end of the day. And I think it's also safe to say that there are a lot of women who aren't properly brought up to be able to express to a man exactly how they want to be courted in a sense, and not even that they even have to express that. I feel like they may be a little too aggressive with it also. Like instead of a woman saying what's your cash app, I mean, a man shouldn't have to do anything with money, but he should just be able to court her for her to not even have to go to that extent. You know what I mean? But I do know that there are a lot of women out here who are more aggressive, and I think you did it really great by just blocking them, because clearly their motives aren't really right. But if we go back to the beginning of it all, first of all, we as Black women, we were queens to begin with. So let's go all the way to the beginning. We're queens, and a lot of them aren't even aware of who they were and where we came from. So I think that kind of puts a little dent in a lot of things with how we are today and how we treat ourselves. What's her name? Sarah Barton. Thank you. Sarah Barton. She was put in this whole cage just off of her physical features, and as beautiful as she was put out to the world as just a zoo animal, basically. And you see us, not us, but there are Black women who treat their bodies and shaking it all around just for anybody to see, and not even seeing that, there's more to you. So I think that's kind of a little bit of how I feel. I just don't think that a lot of us, well, I won't say a lot, some women aren't educated enough to really know how to present themselves in certain situations.
My opinion on it is that the women back in the day didn't have, they were more in relationships. The man was more in the house, the father, the husband, whether they were married or not, but the man was more in the house. And more people were married back then too. Mm-hmm. And if they didn't want to get married, once that woman got knocked up, as they say, daddy might have came with a shotgun. You're going to have a shotgun wedding and you're going to get married. They got married. And they were in the house. So they had more of a traditional relationship where she took care of the house and the children. He went out, worked, and brought in the money and the food and stuff like that. And today, I think a lot of women, or maybe the thought of some men and women, women are more empowered and, as they say, because I like traditional family myself. That's my personal. I like the traditional family. I like the husband, the wife, the children setting. I have been a single mother for 20 years. So it wasn't a choice, but it was the way it was for me. And not the way I preferred it. But as a single mother, I had to do things. And then I have a great husband now that when he came along, my children were still younger in their teens. And as he came along, we had to learn to incorporate that traditional family lifestyle. And I just, like I said, I just think back in the day that they had that more set as opposed to now. It's not as pushed in society to be a traditional family. And women are more encouraged to, you can do it without a man. I personally don't care for that ideology.
Absolutely. That mentality even goes down to our music. It's hot girl summer. Women are out there, saying to other women, like you said, you don't have to have a man. You could, but do this and do that, and he'll give you money for this and for that. Like that's the message that's being spread. Mm-hmm. So it's like, at the end of the day, what can we do to encourage women to switch your mentality?
Then you got the guys saying, "Here, baby, I got the money."
And they sure will.
So if you showing it and you saying, "I got it,"
they ain't care to them.
Yeah.
She gonna say, "Okay, put it in my pocket."
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with laziness as well. Now, men and women feel entitled. They feel like something like life is owed to them, or they're supposed to be someone important. Or they're supposed. The social media has made everybody go to a whole level of, I can get something for nothing. Our music, like you were saying, is completely poisoning the minds of our men and women. I mean, you just gotta look at it. Even back in the 90s. Back in the 90s, it was, use them for this, get them for that, da-da-da-da. That's how the men were. And then it switched to, it ain't tricking if you got it. And then it switched, so now it's like, hey, as long as you got some money, I'm gonna spend it. This is what you're worth, and that's it. And now the women are like, well, look at me. I'm rated at this scale because I'm this beautiful, or whatever the case may be. Now this is what I'm worth. You need to pay for my services. Now we're really just continuously separating ourselves.
Right.
And, I think the men are at fault as much as the women. I think we need to both get it together. Both sides. It's kind of sad the way things have been going. But, I would say I agree with everybody here, because our women right now, I think we have some really great queens. We also have, the other pack, to where it's just like, but that's a lack of education, maybe sometimes, even a lack of just the upbringing is different sometimes. Right. Sometimes it's not even an educational factor, it's the upbringing and your morality. And sometimes when your morality has been, tampered with, or you're brought up thinking these things are right, then that's all you know and that's all you see. So therefore, and sometimes it's a survival thing. We gotta look at that aspect of the game too, because some people use this as survival tactics. Women, will use what they have to get what they need to survive. And that comes with the poverty rate and different things like that. So it's a whole lot that goes into it.
Right. So how do we change it?
How
do we change it? Where's the starting point?
Me personally, I would say the starting point would be for the women that have the issue with the laziness to change their mindset. It's nothing wrong with being independent, but it's nothing wrong with always having your hand out.
Right.
You got to. The issue starts within yourself first, and I think like you said before, it's the way they've been brought up. Like most women don't. If you call them a queen, they might be like, I'm not no queen. You actually are, but I mean, it's just your mindset. But I mean, so it's just a lack of understanding or lack of knowledge of knowing. So we can start it by either educating each other or just educating them on where it came from and why we call them a queen, or why they need to know that they are a queen. And if we can start it from there, then it would definitely be even better, because then that way they're being taught. Because every person that you tell, they can be able to spread the word to somebody else. So I mean, that's pretty much what I think.
What Pac say? One teach two.
Yep. One teach two, two teach three, three teach four.
Or
they teach more.
Yeah, there you go. I think that's a good way to start it. But like you were saying, it all starts with the upbringing. I literally just saw a video earlier today, and it was these two girl twins. Oh my gosh, it broke my heart. They were sitting in the car in their little seats, and the one twin was saying bitch, and then the other twin was saying, don't curse, bitch, don't curse, bitch, don't curse. And then the other twin started saying bitch, and she said bitch, 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 don't curse, bitch. So like they switch and telling each other don't curse. And then it is, sorry. I put them all in there. But then they started saying, F you to each other. It was like really sad. And then you could tell it was an adult behind the camera recording.
Yeah,
exactly.
Same thing with the kids that be smoking the weed or the cigarettes, or one's pointing Lego guns. And, I mean, if we don't fix this as parents, it's gonna continue to be that way.
Yeah, it's gonna get worse.
Yeah, it's gonna get worse. It's not cute. That's not something at all. That's not cute. But
and she was just laugh, like you could hear the little laughs behind, and she would be like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you," but I'm like, "What?"
Right.
If you gonna get her, like don't say that. Don't laugh with it. It's not funny. But people, it's unfortunate. It's a lot of kids raising kids, so they don't really have that adult type mentality, so it just makes things even harder. I feel
parents love to say, "Oh, they little badass."
Right, they're so cute, but he bad. And they do like call bad. Right,
it's not like a good thing to have a good kid.
Right.
To say, "Oh, my kid is really good." They rather, he bad, just to
that's a badge of honor.
Like it's something to be proud of. But like we said, that's the mindset.
Right.
And
shouldn't even be calling their kids bad in the first place.
No.
At all.
I wouldn't want to. Hell, I don't like no badass kids.
Right.
But how do we fix it? Like you said, I always, have spoken on the Panther Pad Podcast, and I talk about, the women always holding us down. I think it's time for us men to, really step up. I always say that. Step up and really lead by example.
Mm-hmm.
I know our women have been holding us down for a long time, and they continue to do so. At least the majority. Is it the majority? Maybe not. Maybe I don't know.
A lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's way heavy.
Right, but and there's a lot of different issues going on in our communities. But I believe that with the women, with all they've been doing, and I see our men out here, and that's what really saddens me. I mean, a lot of times it's complete ignorance. We do have our good men. We do. We do have our
Definitely.
great kings and stuff like that. So I never bash the men either, but good gracious, sometimes I be seeing, what is going on? And the way we look at our women now, I think needs to be fixed as well. Because like he was saying, the way the women look at our men, we need to look at each other as who we truly are, which is each other's kings, queens, each other's soulmates, or whatever crutches. We got to lean on each other. We can't continue to just look down on each other and use each other for what we got and for whatever we need. I think we should be partners and really work together. And I think that's something. But that's all who you're talking to. Like I said, you have to meet those people with those same mindsets in order to find what you're looking for, and in order to meet the type of woman or man that you want. So I think you start there. Equal mindsets.
Until then, keep on blocking.
Block
all
game
them.
strong.
Cash App block, money block, bill pay block, all that. Well, that's about.
Yep, everybody. All right, so we got our producer, and she doesn't want to have to. Yeah, she don't want to have a whole lot of editing to do, so she's telling us the time has to be cut now. So, so it is what it is. But no, we love this type of show. We're gonna do this type of show more often. This is the Panther Pad, so we're chilling here, having these discussions. I'm General Mike Payne, and directly under King Rick, National General. So shout out to you, King Rick. And we're gonna keep it going. So we'll catch you later. And like, subscribe, share. And we'll catch you. All power to the people.
All power to the people.